Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'm Adam, and in today's episode, we are really excited to show you this brand new Omoda. Ollie's over here. What are you excited to see today, Ollie?
I am super pumped to show you. I've been living with the Omoda 9 for some time now. So in today's episode, I want to give you an honest road test on the UK roads with the car. On top of that, I want to share with you the good bits I found, the bad bits I found, and there is one mode you can use on this car to save a ton of money. If that sounds good, then keep watching. Just to let you guys know, we release an episode every single Friday. Next week, we check out the brand new Hyundai Santa Fe plug-in hybrid. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss that episode. Now, this Omoda 9 comes loaded with so many options, and here is everything you get. A panoramic sunroof that opens, 20-inch rims and Michelin acoustic tyres. Heads-up display, vented wireless phone charger, automatic air purification, front and back heated and ventilated seats, great quality 360 degree and 540 degree cameras. You've got a 14 speaker sound system by Sony, and you've got speakers in the driver headrest too. Wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, customizable ambient lighting, acoustic glass, electric adjustable seats in the front and the back, ventilated center console, faux leather seats throughout. The Omoda 9 comes from Chinese brand Omoda, a premium offshoot of Chery, one of China's biggest car makers. Omoda launched globally in 2022 with a focus on futuristic design and tech-heavy SUVs. The 9 is their flagship model, blending hybrid power, luxury and innovation as they push to take on established European brands right here in the UK. Okay, let's talk about some stats with the Omoda 9 because they are impressive. We got 449 PS, and we'll talk about performance later because this thing can do 0 to 62 in 4.9 seconds. Yes, I know. We've got a 34.5 kilowatt hour battery, which is good for 93 miles of range. On top of that, it can tow 1,500 kilograms. It's all-wheel drive. It's got 3 electric motors, 2 electric motors on the front axle, 1 on the rear. Normally when you talk about 3 electric motors, you're talking about a Ferrari or some hypercar. But yes, this has got 3 electric motors, making it all-wheel drive. It's got a 1.5 litre petrol engine, MPG, they say 201.8 MPG. That's obviously with a full battery, and then they say around 40 MPG with obviously not so much of a full battery. But they do say when the battery is full and your fuel is full, you have 700 plus miles of range. You can go anywhere. Let's talk about sales then. Now, to nail down just the Omoda 9 sales is pretty tricky, but in May 2025, over 1,600 plug-in hybrids were registered, led by the new 9, helping Omoda and JQ hit over 32,000 UK sales in just a year. A rapid rise for a brand that's only just arrived. Let's talk about charging then. Now, this super hybrid system, 34.5 kilowatt hour battery, can accept 70 kilowatts fast charge. So from 30 to 80%, you can expect 25 minutes. At home on a wall box, they quote weird numbers, 30 to 80%, mainly because they won't let the battery normally go below 30% the way it's set up. So 30 to 80% on a wall box, they say 5.5 hours. However, on my 3-pin plug, I got from 30% to full on 14 hours. Let's talk about the boot space then, because it's huge. 660 litres of boot space. You've got this little Omoda mat here, a little bit of space underneath where you can see you can keep your cables, and a weird bit of space down there. I'm not really sure what you put back there, but there you go, 660 litres. Is that big enough for you? Let's talk about the DHT then. So this has a dedicated hybrid transmission. First time I tried it, I was in the Chery Tiggo 7 Super Hybrid, which was a couple of weeks ago, and they use it in their JQ products as well. Now, it's got 3 fixed gear ratios, and it's pretty good how it works. It's pretty impressive. Now, if you haven't seen a planetary gear system, go on Google and have a look and see how it works. And it's just really smooth. You just never know which of those 3 gears you're in. You can't feel the change. It's smooth. The power's great when you need it. So overall, this DHT system they use in their products, their super hybrids, are just really good. They're effortless, basically. Now, the experts at VIP Data say the Omoda 9 is going to depreciate. In 3 years' time, it's going to hold 49% of its value. Now, that's great if you're going to pick up one of these cars in 3 years' time and get one for around 22 grand-ish. Think of everything you're getting with this car, all the options. However, maybe buying this car and looking at PCPs aren't the way forward, because I found the car leasing deal that I'll put in the description below, which means you can get this car at the moment, at the time of filming, for £380 per month. Now, that's with a little bit of money up front. It's 5,000 miles per annum. Probably want a bit more. That'll add on a few more pounds. But that's a 3-year deal. I'll put the link in the description below, because I think if you can get a lease on one of these cars, you're getting everything. This car has literally got everything. It's a sleeper. Now, this could be one of the best plug-in hybrids available in the world. You get 93 miles of range from a 34.5 kilowatt hour battery, and there is a ton of hybrid modes to use. We're going to go through them. So you click power management, and this is going to tell the super hybrid system exactly what you want to do. Now, if you want to save the most money, fuel costs and efficiency, you need to use initial. Now, when you put it on initial, it's going to use all of the electric side of everything. So your battery won't go lower than 20%. When it does, it will flick over to smart. Now, smart uses the engine and the motors and the battery all together, but initial really works hard on using everything on the electric side. The best thing about the Omoda 9 is the performance. The 449 PS, the 4.9 seconds, 0 to 62. I've got it in sport mode. We're on a B road. Let's have a blast. And it lifts up and it's ready to go. And this just stiffens up the suspension a tad on the electric, magnetic, adaptive suspension over there now, foot down, foot to the floor. And this thing has just got ample of performance all the time, and you can start feeling this car being a little bit heavier with the body roll now. Listen to the wheels, all-wheel drive, but you can get them to squeal. You can get them to squeal, and I like that. It's got a playful element to it, and every now and again, it's just so addictive. Put it in sport mode. The only thing is, I said earlier, the steering's still so light. Considering I'm in sport mode now, it just needs to stiffen up because it's still a little bit too vague, and it lacks that engagement. We've got another couple of corners here, and I really want to push it in, because the body roll is a little bit better contained, but did you hear the squeal? And there you go. But it stays pretty well composed for a beast. It flats, and oh my goodness, I love it. I love the performance in this car. It's an absolute dream. This is a tight corner here. Feel the roll. Squirmy, squirmy. It's just, you get to the limitations so quick in this car because it's so heavy, it's got so much power, and even with all-wheel drive, you can just feel the weight of the car push.
Pause on the video just to share with you some of our latest links. We've got some exclusive members content for you, so we're going to bring brand new lease deals and some car news for you, and some exclusive shorts as well. We've also got a brand new Patreon, so if you want your name featured in our videos, please sign up and follow the link in the description, as well as some brand new merch. We've got some cool designs I want you to check out and let us know what you think. Right, let's have a look around this Omoda, and I really want to show you what it looks like, because I think this is a much better looking car than its smaller sibling, the Omoda 5. So anyway, let's start off with the front. Look at it. I think it looks pretty decent.
I do too.
You like it, don't you?
I do too. I'm enjoying it. I think it's not offensive, but I actually like the design language. These vertical strips down here look good. My favourite thing is the way Omoda integrate the grille and the bumper, so it's one. It's not so separate, and these funky little diamond shapes work well. And you see that in the Omoda 5 as well.
Yeah, I don't like the grille on the Omoda 5 is too much for me.
Is it?
It's way too much. It looks like it's going to eat you. But this one, they've just dialed it down a little bit, and it just looks a bit more...
It's a bit more subtle for you, this.
It's a bit more subtle, and the lights, I think, look pretty decent. I mean, you can't really argue that they don't look good.
No, I think this is a really cool looking car. The front light bar as well that runs across has a goodbye and welcome signature, as well as the rear light bar. That's fancy.
That's quite unusual as well, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of brands are going to charge you for that on the top spec models. And this only comes in one trim called the Noble, or the Noble.
The Noble.
Or the Noble.
The Noble.
Depending
Brilliant.
on what you...
Did Omoda say that? They said, yeah, well, it's called the Noble.
I like to call it the Noble or the Noble.
Yeah,
but basically,
it's not
no, it's Noble, isn't it? Let's go there. The sun's a bit bad. So the handles are good. They pop out. What's great is if I walk away, it will lock itself. It's really great. Like
keep going. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, keep going. There we go.
There you go. Perfect. Locked. Now when I come to greet the car, it's going to open up for me, which all good cars should do. Shows you the light signature.
Yeah.
And you know what? Look. No chrome around the window trim.
That's good. I feel like that sort of slightly sloping back looks a bit Range Rover Velar, doesn't it?
Bit rakish.
Rakish?
The Chinese, yeah, very rakish design.
Okay.
Now, the Chinese are looking at those European markets, aren't they? Like, like the Velar, and they're copying the design language, and they're giving us cheaper cars.
Look at the door handles, very similar as well.
Yeah.
What do you think of these wheels then?
They're the only rims you can get, 20 inches. What I think is really good on it is the Michelin acoustic tyres. And I said to Adam off camera, come here, mate, have a feel of this. There's a velvety bit there. Doesn't that feel nice?
It does feel very soft, but you're going to be locked in for Michelin after that, aren't you?
That is the softest part of the tyre I've ever touched. I think it's amazing.
It's very soft. Moving around the back, which there's a couple of negatives, isn't there?
Okay.
The main one, go on.
I'm trying to. Oh god, yeah.
The main one.
The exhaust tips.
The exhaust tips.
The exhaust tips.
Look at these, absolute,
Yeah.
completely fake. Let me show you underneath. You can see the exhaust. There it is, just poking out there. So yeah, absolutely fake there.
I don't know why that opened.
Why have
I
you
think
just done that?
as you were doing to the exhaust tips, if you go near it, the boot opens.
Oh, okay.
So I thought it just. But
go on.
I was going to say, don't need to do that. I get what they're trying to do, blend them in, make them black tipped. I don't think you need to do that because you've got that electrification part of it, like plug-in hybrid. Electric cars don't have fake exhaust tips, and a big part of this car is the electrification. Did you show underneath the actual exhaust bits?
I did actually show them that, yeah. But this is a bit MG, isn't it? Up here, the brake lights. They look quite cool. I'm not going to say they're not good, but...
Yeah, it's interesting why they've split them. But again, because that's more work, isn't it, rather than to have just like one little unit.
I don't think it needed it.
No, but again, I guess that's effort. You got a rear wiper as well. Again, the light bar here is great at night time. This looks absolutely beautiful, stunning little segments that light up. You can't really see it now today, but at night time this looks great. The thing that annoys me is it's white, so this is a zero cost option. If you want another colour like black or silver, it's £1,000 or £750. So that's how they get you, but I probably wouldn't spec it in white.
No, I'll tell you what, it would look a lot better in like a nice black or a grey.
Yeah.
So I think most people are going to pick that. I mean, I would personally, but actually the back of this car, I really like it. I don't think I can complain too much. I mean, obviously, most people don't have really a association with Omoda as a brand, but they're going to start seeing more and more of these cars because they do look pretty decent. I mean, I'm not a massive fan of the 5 personally, but this 9 just seems to hit a good spot.
I've seen a lot of the 5s about. I think when people get into this and see all the tech you get, you're going to probably be going, this isn't too bad. I really think the design language with these cars are perfect for mainstream because they're not too garish, but there's a little bit of design language there to go, oh yeah, I quite like the look of that. Now, one thing that's extremely important is ride comfort for the rear passengers. I've got Adam with me. Talk to me.
Okay, so just to tell you my review of what it's like in the back of the Omoda 9, let's start off with my leg room because I've got absolutely acres of leg room. Literally, there's so much leg room there. You can have absolutely no problems with that at all. Headroom is a little bit more limiting. However, if you are quite tall, I think you might struggle, to be fair. But let me talk about a couple of stuff you've got in the back. So you've got here heated and ventilated seats, which is quite nice, and your own sort of climate control that you can move around, which is really nice to see. On the door, you've got ambient lighting and you can adjust your seating position from the door, which is also very nice. Let's see what it's like in the middle. You've got 2 cup holders here, which is pretty handy. The seats themselves feel quite squidgy and they do feel quite nice, but I am going to say that me personally, the seats feel a little bit hard, especially on my lower back, so I don't think they're going to be that comfortable for me personally.
Let's talk about the suspension then, because in other reviews and magazines, this does get slated a little bit for its ride. Now, it's on adjustable adaptive dampers, which are linked to the drive modes, so you can go soft and firm, depending on, if you're on sport, it firms up a bit, eco and normal, a little bit softer. When you're going a bit slower and you're hitting the potholes, I find that's when it works really well, really smooth when you're on straight roads, motorways and A roads as well, really, really good. Now the lumps and bumps is when it can start to kind of fidget a little bit, and especially when you're going a little bit faster as well, because this car is pretty heavy. It weighs the best part of 2.5 tons. But I'm going to disagree with some of the others that are slating the ride, because here in the UK, there's a lot of dodgy roads, and when you're going down that dodgy road, you can jolt and skip about, but most cars are going to do that. Overall, this has been a really comfortable, smooth experience because of the super hybrid system and how it works. It's just really comfortable. Okay, let's do a launch. 0 to 62. Way! 4.9 seconds, my ass! That is quick! Oh my goodness. Do you know what? Of all the little things I said about, I wasn't sure about this, I wasn't sure about that, you just forget all of that when you are in this car messing around in sport mode with the performance. It just ticks my box. I love it. I just think it's just so fun. The performance, you don't normally get this much performance in a family car unless you go for top trim level or a sport model level like the M badge or Audi's RS or S. You don't get it. So this is like a family car. It's practical. It's good efficiency. You've got 93 miles of range. You've got a launch like that. Performance, which is just super addictive. This will beat most things off the line.
Right, so let's take a look around inside the car because I really want to show you what it's all about. And just starting off with, you just tried to move the car and it didn't let you because your seatbelt wasn't on.
Yeah, you have to put your seatbelt on, otherwise it just won't go.
It doesn't quite go. But
No.
let me turn you around so you can have a little look. Let's start with the middle, because this is quite a statement. And I'm going to start off with a negative. Do you know what I'm going to say?
The scratchy.
So this, right, let me just... This, obviously it's covered. It looks quite good. But I'm not sure if you can see, but you can see all these little reflections of his face there. But this is scratched already. And it doesn't look great to me. And I feel like over time, this is going to look cheap, nasty, and it's going to ruin the interior of your car. So you're going to have to just keep it open. But
Yeah, they could use some material there, some scratch. But I can't believe some brand hasn't done it yet. Where use some sort of scratch-proof material where bits are going to get scratched. Because if you had it on that and it was scratch-proof, it would look great. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of soft-touch materials. Faux leather seats. Top of the doors are pretty squidgy. Not
Yeah.
the best, but still pretty squidgy.
this is in line with my knee, and I just feel like it's too high. Like in other cars, if the centre console was up to my knee, that would be a bit of an issue. I just feel like it's taken up a lot of room. So you've got one wireless phone charger here, and this one doesn't do anything, but it is a place for your phone. And also you've got these big old knobs, big cannons, aren't they?
Yeah, that's really good that they've thought about having some physical controls. So when you're driving, it is safe. This one does your blower speed, this one does your temperature, this one does your motor, and the vents are functional, so you can move them left and right and position them old school.
Yeah, I think I prefer having just some quick buttons that you can just
Yeah.
get in there. You've also got this massive sort of there's just quite a lot of storage in the middle here, isn't there? So you've got a little secret flap under there.
Secret flap.
Secret flap, and you've got this, which is removable as well. That I can never get back quite in, but massive amount of space in here as well. So there's just plenty of storage. Some USBs here, and actually you've got a massive bit there. What are you going to put in there? I don't know.
I don't know. And the USBs are more for the passenger. I can't really,
Yeah, you
as
can't.
a driver, I mean, you'd use the wireless charger, I guess. But yeah, there's not really much access from me over there, only on your side.
All right, talk to me about materials then.
Okay, let's talk about materials, because the doors are pretty fancy. I like how much stitching is going on here. You normally see that in premium cars. Top of the door, it's got a little bit of give. You can tell it's not the best material, but I'll tell you what, build quality doesn't feel too bad. This bit of plastic here, this piano black gloss, sometimes give it a bit of a wobble, and it's not moving. That is on there. You've got electric seat buttons there. You can move your seats. Steering wheel is a little bit upsetting for me because you've got these one-piece molded plastic, and this is what they sound like. Listen to the click. Not too bad.
I don't know.
Again, though, I'm just thinking, you've got functional controls, dials, buttons here, but then one-piece molded plastics on the steering wheel. That's the only real thing that lets itself down for me. The screens are great, really crisp. Sat-nav works a treat, but overall, you've got the pano roof as well, which lets loads of light in. But I am impressed with the materials. You've got ambient lighting as well that runs through the little door trim there. At night time, this thing looks great. I do have to say a few things now, actually, while you're here, is the seat will not go lower. So at the moment, this is great viewpoint. I'm 5'11". Look how much space I've got there from my head. Now, I can go up, but this literally is the lowest position of the seat. So ergonomically, it's not great. And again, the steering wheel won't go up any higher than this. So this has been my seating position for living with the car. And I feel like the steering wheel needs to go up a little bit higher because there's a bit
I'm
of...
going to put the camera like where your eyes
Yeah.
are.
So
So
I'm-
your eyes are like there, so it misses the top bit off.
Yeah, just a bit. So I can't move my seat down. And so there isn't as much play as I would like you get with other cars. So I feel like the ergonomics of the seating position and the steering wheel are slightly off.
And also... Go on.
let me tell them the big thing.
Go on.
I don't know if this is just an isolated incident that the bottom seat in this Omoda 9 is bad, because I've sat in the passenger seat and it's absolutely fine. But this has been an issue. Living with the car, these thigh bolsters, right? They are digging in to my bottom. Now, I don't know if I've got a weird shaped butt or what, but normally I get quite a lot of compliments on it. So that is digging in to literally my quads. And Adam will back me up. I told him to come and have a sit in this seat, and it is different from that one. So when I sit in it, I feel like it's very narrow. The back part of the seat is great, don't get me wrong, and I love the speakers and the headrest. We'll talk about that later. But the thigh bolsters making me feel a bit fat and chunky on my thighs, because I feel like my bum's not actually hitting that. I'm being held up on the back of my quads by the thigh bolsters. So I would like to know, if anyone's got an Omoda 9, have you found the bottom part of the seat on those bolsters, on the thigh bolsters, have they been a bit like firm? I'm going to show you some really quick tips now. As soon as you jump in the Omoda 9, this is what you need to do. Now, swipe down from the top but over on the right, because if you go down here, it doesn't, oh, it did it that time, but normally you swipe this side, it works every time. You want to turn this off. Distraction monitor, all right, system off. That's the thing that looks at your eyes and tells you if you're not looking or paying attention. This is the sound on or off for your speed limit, alert, lane, department, warning, and some of this lane keep assist stuff. Turn that off really quick, and all you have to do is swipe it up, swipe down. There you go. See what I mean? It doesn't work. So you have to come over here, swipe down, and then look, if you click this, you can actually customize other bits as well. It's really handy because there is no quick button on the wheel to turn off the distraction monitor. So get in, swipe down, all right, and you can start turning things off that way.
And you have to do that every time. Every time you get in the car, you have to do that.
Yeah, every time. Let's do a little bit of a test. I always drive with my Regen, with this car, on high. We've just turned the car on. Let's see if it's remembered it. We'll go over to the lightning, fast button there, or shortcut. Other settings, which is really weird. Why wouldn't you just call it Regen? Now look, it's moved it back over to medium. So I always suggest having it in high because that is the one you feel it the most. It doesn't bring you to a complete stop. We'll talk about it in the video, but it hasn't remembered it. So you've got to turn the car on, swipe down, do all those bits, and then...
That is long. That's long. I don't want one.
Let's talk about visibility. So jumping in, I spoke briefly about I can't get my seat any lower, which is annoying. So headspace is okay for me, but if you're a little bit taller, you might struggle. And again, with the steering wheel, it won't go up any higher. Visibility out the front is great. I can see all of the bonnet. Great for referencing where I need to put the car on the road because the car is pretty wide. It's wider than the Q5. It's long as well, 4,775 millimeters. I can see pretty good out of them with wing mirrors. The rear window is so small. It's really small and it's a funny angle. But because you've got all the tech with the camera, it's really good. Even when you go slow and you turn into a car park, it pops up automatically and it shows you in inches how far away you are from objects, which is really, really handy. Because when I pick my daughter up, it's a really narrow school car park and it's helped me out a treat because it does feel like a big car in small spaces. So all the monitors and cameras are really good in this car. Now I have got used to the steering, but when you first get in the Omoda 9, the steering is one of the things that just jumps out at you and you think, whoa, this feels weird. It's really light, like super light. And even in sport mode, it weights up a little bit, but it definitely could be a little bit stiffer. I love it when it's a little bit more stiff because it gives you stability when you're going a little bit faster. And let's have it right, this has got 449 PS. I want to use that performance. I want to feel like I'm not going to be flicking around going round those corners. So the steering is a little bit off. It doesn't feel that connected to the front wheels. So it's a bit like when you get in a Dodgem car and the wheel's straight, you go forward and it shoots off right because you're not quite sure what the wheels are doing in the front. But after a while, you do get used to it. When I first got in and I moved the wheel slightly off center, I was like, it's not doing anything. It's not, you had to have sort of big inputs. But you do get used to it. So I do think if you were to test drive one, that could be something where you thought, well, I'm not too sure about this. But after having the car for a lengthy period of time, it gets a little bit more predictable. So stick with it. Another thing that's been really good is the adaptive cruise control. Works really well. And I did forget to mention, this comes with 7 years warranty or 100,000 miles, whichever comes first. So that's a little bit of peace of mind as well. Let's talk competition. Omoda 9 starts at 44,990. You get that awesome 93 miles of electric range. A Volvo XC60 plug-in hybrid starts at 55,360. BMW X3 xDrive 30e, 50 grand, 175 pounds. Mercedes-Benz GLC 300e, 72,210. Ouch. An Audi Q5 55 TFSI-E, £67,335. What would you have over an Omoda 9? Let me know in the comments. There you go. That is my advice. Put it in initial if you're able to charge it up most nights when you use the car. Smart, if you're on a bit of a longer journey, put it into smart mode and that will utilise the engine and the battery and the motors, and therefore you won't get to your destination where your battery will be too low. And then forced, if we're going to forced, if you're someone that doesn't have any charging accessibility at home, or you're staying away somewhere that doesn't and you want some battery, forced, right here you can charge the battery up. And actually sometimes when I've used it, the engine isn't even powering the front wheels, it's just constantly working as a generator, pumping up into that battery. And I did a 20-mile journey, put it into forced, and literally I got 21 miles back into the battery. And you can see you can set it from 30 to 80% there. So there you go, through the infotainment, power management, you've got those modes. But my best advice would be, if you want to save a ton of money and you charge up your battery, leave it in initial. You've also got 3 modes on this display. You've got HEV, hybrid, EV, EV only, and then an EV plus mode. Now the EV plus mode is really interesting because normally this battery will not go lower than 20% before kicking in and making the engine work. But when you put it in EV plus, it will deplete the battery a lot more. And they say it's recommended only for emergencies. So if you're in the UK or maybe another country and there's noise regulations or emission regulations, you can use the EV plus mode and it will drain more of that battery than what you've got. But when you do that, obviously that is going to affect longevity with your electrification and the battery side. So that's what they say, only really use it in terms of emergencies. Okay, let's talk about Regen then. So with this plug-in hybrid, we don't have flappy paddles that we've all known and come to love on cars because it's just so simple and easy. So I'm going to go to the Regen because when I turn the car off and on, it keeps forgetting my settings. So I'm going to hit the lightning bolt, which is Harry Potter's full red. Then I'm going to go down to other settings where my Regen is, and there we go. I'm going to have it on high. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how this works because I'm going along, I lift off, I can see I'm regenning now, minus 16 kilowatts, but it does not bring you to a complete stop. You just kind of tiggle along. But it doesn't matter, I don't think. And I think high, for me personally, is the one to be in. Use it on the motorways, use it on the A roads, and it just keeps your foot off the brake and you're able to just draw some energy back into your battery. So that's a little bit about the Regen. I want to talk to you about peace and quiet because this car, listen, you can't hear anything. It is so quiet, and because you've got the acoustic glass and really cool soundproofing materials with all this faux leather everywhere, and that is one thing I would have to say of how impressed I am with this car for its price point. Now, £44,990 is how much it costs, and you just get so much value for your money. It's really quiet, and obviously when you're in electric mode, you expect it to be super quiet anyway. The only time you might hear the engine is when you put it into forced on that power management setting because you want to charge it back in. But really, you have to really listen for it because you just don't hear the engine much at all in this car. So if you're wondering about how quiet it is, get yourself in one and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. One thing I have to talk about, a great feature what I love, is the speakers in the headrest. Oh my goodness. So when you get a private phone call, or any phone call really, you go into here and you click private share. And what that means is any music or telephone call is just going to come out of these headrests. And I found it just life-changing. Every single car needs to have speakers in the headrests because it feels like the person you're on the phone to is in your head. It's so clear and crisp. And again, when you want to jam out, if you've got your kids and your wife or whoever next to you, and you're just getting sick and tired of hearing their voice, put some music on, put it on private share, you can't hear them, all you can hear is the music. It's great. This isn't great news. Insurance is quite a lot on this car. So it's insurance group 47, a Skoda Kodiaq for reference is 24. So expect to pay a pretty penny for some insurance on this. It's quite a big car, it's got a lot of performance as well. Just another point I thought we should discuss. Now, at the start of our filming day, I reset the trip and I'm going to let you know what we've been getting, what we've been averaging so far. And it says 48.7 mpg, which isn't too bad because we've been flickering around with all the different hybrid modes. And at the moment, I think we're in smart mode, using a little bit of both the engine and the battery. So 48.7 mpg isn't too bad. Let me know, any Omoda 9 owners out there, what have you been averaging? Let me know in the comments.
Right, so that's been our episode on this Omoda 9, and to be fair, we've quite enjoyed our time with this car. It's been just a good all-rounder. It's got quite a lot of room, but it does have some negatives. You have to let us know what you think about it in the comments down below. Ollie, what do you think? What's your verdict? Do you have one?
The performance of this car is insane. I love this car for the performance. And you know what? If you get a cracking lease deal on one, it makes so much sense to me. You'll have to let me know what you think about the Omoda 9. Let me know in the comments, would you get one? What would you have over it? As always, if you like the episode, throw us a like, get a sub to Car Chat TV, and we will see you on the next one. If you've made it this far, thank you ever so much for watching. I've just popped up 2 more videos on your screen that you also may like. If you do watch one, let me know what you think.